if somebody wants to come here, go through all of the hoops, meet all of the requirements that you set out, they pay taxes, they speak English fluently, whatever else, to qualify to be British, and they come from America, then they are allowed to maintain their pride at being American and keep their American citizenship. But if they come from another country, you haven't named which ones yet, somewhere from Africa, one assumes, someone from Middle East, one assumes, they are not allowed to maintain their pride at where they came from and keep that citizenship. That is judging people surely not on merit, but on race.
That's not the case at all. Well, first of all, American isn't a race. That would be the first point to make. And
but if someone...
the notion that America was a race would be a surprise to most Americans. But let me be clear about something. Everything we have put in that policy, right, is about making sure that to the degree that there is legal migration in this country, that legal migration is in the interests of the British people. That is for the betterment of the way of life and the quality of life of British people. But if someone has met
every single requirement you set out on merit, they fully qualify to be a citizen.
Yeah.
If they're from America, they can have two citizenships and remain proud to be American as well as British. But if they're from somewhere else, they cannot.
Hold on. So again, you said language is important. So America does allow dual citizenships. Americans, if you want to become an American citizen, you do have to take an oath that specifically renounces. So when you talk about being dually prideful,
you can have both passports.
You can have both passports, but the Americans require you to take an oath that pledges allegiance to the stars and stripes.
It doesn't renounce the citizenship.
But you used specific language there. You said that they can be equally proud. That is not what the Americans allow. And what we're saying is we have to ensure that to the degree that there is legal migration in this country, it is in the interests of the British people. You know what's really interesting? All the questions are always put to us about these policies. Every single time, it is always about the interests of citizens of foreign countries. The question is never, I genuinely cannot remember, having done the media rounds now for the last few days, somebody putting me a question about the interests of the people watching this program who wake up, go to work, pay their taxes. Who's looking out for them? We've had decades now of governments in this country who seem to think that their primary responsibility is the welfare of foreign citizens. And I'm sorry, that is not the case. The government of the United Kingdom, their sworn oath is to look after the interests of British people. That is what our policy does.